Yeah. Someone that's afraid to let go. Hey guys, how you doing? So, we are almost done. We in part 3. And you know what comes next after 3 is 4, and that's the final stage. So right here, let's focus on this cap. That white mark, what I did was I took my frontal, I put that black stocking cap on. I took my frontal and I put it on my head, and I marked the back, where the back starts, right here. You see that little white mark there? Yeah, that was that. And then I marked the sides, the left and right sides, where my ears would go. And that way, when I fit it onto my cap, I knew exactly where I had to line things up. You don't want to do all this lace dyeing, lace tinting and plucking the frontal, and then you put the stocking cap on and your frontal not matching your hairline 100 because it's lopsided because you didn't measure it. So I got this method from Sophiology. Go check her out. Love her entire life. So if you want to see a detailed version of that, then you can go check her out. So right now, all I'm doing is sewing this together. And I do the loop and sew. That's what I call it anyway. But basically what that is you see how I put the needle through, and then it's like a little circle. You want to put your needle through that circle, which is the loop, and pull it through. So the loop and sew. Loop and sew. Put the needle through to sew it, then put it through the loop and sew again. So that's what we got going on there. And basically those little lines going down the black cap and going across the cap, those are the seam lines. You do not, I repeat, try your hardest not to sew onto those lines, because what that does, it helps with the elasticity in the cap. So if you sew onto those, it's going to take that away and it won't stretch as much. And if you got a big dome like Jay, because my mannequin head is a 22-inch hunty, you need all that space. And if you can't braid like Jay, who be having misty braids underneath this wig, you need all that space, okay? So definitely don't want to sew on those lines, because it's just going to take away the space. You can if you got a little tiny head, but even still, then who wants that? You don't want you want your wig to be comfortable. You want it to feel like you ain't got nothing on your head. You don't want it too tight where, your brain cells is thinking about why you still got this thing on your head and you ain't ripped it off yet. And you don't want it too loose where a gust of wind could flip the back of it over your head. So just be cautious. Be careful. So at the back, I double my wefts. I double the wefts, and I use these T-pins to help me keep it in order, because if not, I will be crooked. My sewing, like I said, I blame everything on me being left-handed. I will have the wefts going up, down, zigzag across to your house, back to my house. It'll be looking crazy. So I use these T-pins to help me keep it together. And I've been making wigs for a long time, and I still gotta use T-pins. I ain't got no shame. Jazz can't hold it. I can't hold and sew and think about how to do. Nah. We can't do none of that. My multitasking skills ain't 100. So sew from ear to ear, and this is the loop and sew. Y'all see it? They go that loop, pull it through, boom. So that's what I'm talking about. That's the loop and that's the sew. Okay? So I do the flip over method as well, which means I don't cut my wefts. I cut when I get to the top. I do. I'm not gonna hold you. I cut when I get to the top. But for the back and up until about the top where my temple would be, I do not cut the wefts. I just keep flipping it over. And you see right there with my finger, I'm just showing you the length that I keep the tracks apart. So I'm using one length apart. You don't want them too close, and you do not want them too far away. But with curly hair, you kind of do want to leave a little space in between, because it does get, it clumps together. Sometimes it get mad. It always gets matted at the nape with whatever you do, sewing or whatever. It's just because your oil is from the back of your neck. But you just want to try to prevent it from getting too bad. So you don't want to put them together and it gets tangly. So I do, and then separating them some. You won't be there all day sewing. Like, I don't like to sew. I honestly hate sewing. You gonna see how dyslexic and crazy my hands be looking trying to sew. Like, I'm not a A1 sewer, and I don't want to be here all day. And I was there all day because I have about 12 needles, and Jasmine somehow could only find 4 of them, which was annoying because I kept having to stop, thread the needles, stop, and then nah. I needed all my needles because it was just too much. But we made it work, you know. I ain't gonna complain. I wasn't really complaining. I was just saying. But you see, I got that sewn, and I braid like I did in the beginning in the last series. I braid my sections just to keep them out the way. And you know, I don't use the nylon thread. I use the wool one. So it, you know, you get hair in the middle while you're trying to pull through. It could get tangled, and then you have to cut that, waste your thread, then you have to thread the needle again sometimes. It's keep it neat. Keep it cute and keep it neat. So that's what I'm doing. So now we're still going in that straight method. So in the back, I was going, you go straight across, keep going straight across. Then as I get a little further up, I'm going to start making a U. And I'm going to show you that a little later. But for right now, I'm showing you more so that loop and sew method that I was doing. And when you do it that way, it just makes like little knots and just makes it more secure. And then when I get to the end of each weft, what I do is I put the needle through, and then I wrap the thread around that needle about 4 times, 3 to 4 times, no more than that, because it will get tangled. So about 3 to 4 times, and then I pull it through. I don't make the loop thing. I just wrap the needle around, and I only do that on the ends because you want the ends to be really secure, because if the ends come apart, the whole thing is going to come apart, especially for me, for someone who doesn't cut their wefts. So like, let's say one of my wefts starts to come out, not just that one row going to come out, that whole thing is going to come out because they're all connected. And I like doing it that way. So when it's time for me to make my wigs over, I have all my units together, you know, like I have all the hair together. This length go here, this one. I don't got different cuts and try to measure and see where this one go. I don't got time for none of that. I need it all together. Less work for me, honestly. Like, I try to make things easy on myself, and I'm here to show you in this video how to make things easy for yourself as well. You gotta work together. So you just see me put that needle directly through the weft, and I do that only on the end. Normally, when you're going through the hair and you're sewing, you're going under the weft and making a loop and sew, going under, loop and sew. But when I get to the end, I actually put the needle through that weft just to make it tight, and that just helps me secure it more. But as I'm sewing, it'll take forever for you to keep. If you try to like put the needle through the weft the entire time, it takes forever, especially if you got dull needles like mine. But go underneath and pull through, loop and sew. Just go underneath. Then when you get to the ends, then put the needle actually through the weft. Yes, girls, seal that. Yes, you focus. And I be like, when I tie my needles, for some reason, I don't tie it where like one little piece strip. It always has a loop on the end. I like loops, clearly. Loopy doopy. I have the little loops. I don't cut them because I be scared that if I cut them, that the thread gonna, the little knot that I made gonna come out. So what I just do is I just sew them down. So that's what you see me doing right there. So, but this hair was actually bomb, y'all. Like the one that I got from that store, if you in Jersey, Bele store, it's actually lit. Like it's not, it don't shed nothing, it didn't tangle. So it's actually good hair, and it's Unice Hair. Everybody know about Unice, like they're bomb. So I love these bundles, you know, and they all blended well together, especially to be from different companies. So this is me just showing you that I'm going to keep going straight across until I get to that point where I push that T-pin down. I use my T-pins as indicators. I ain't just buy them to hold my units up, and these the sucky ones too, because my hair, they got this little like space in the T part and the hair be getting through it. So get ones that have like just a circle or something like that. Don't get those that have like a hole in the top, because the hair do be getting snagged in there. So I just wanted to show you guys that's going to be my marker for when I know. That lets me know when to, like, all right, stop sewing. Don't go past this point. That's like my little barrier. You know, like when you're in the ocean and you swimming, they got the buoys out there. Like, don't go past this. But then you always got that one that, like, going out there and be with the sharks and all that. Nah, don't go past that buoy. So that's what your T-pin is. Your T-pin, your little buoy. Don't go past it. So I'm cutting this weft because, as I said, when I get to the top, I start cutting, and I also single weft as I get to the top. So look, okay? That's that U. You see that U right there? That's the U I am talking about. You watching this video, that's the U. So now we got that U, and where that little T-pin is, I'm showing you that I'm going to start laying the track straight once I get to that T-pin. And you're going to see a little more. And when you get to the top, you don't want to double the wefts. I did double the wefts. I believe one section at the top I did double because, like I said, I have all different bundles. So the texture for the ones that I got from the store compared to the Unice ones, Unice Hair was a little more curlier. It was more, well, not curly, it was more wavier, I should say. The one I got from the store, it was wavy, but it was a loose wave. So it was like a loose body wave compared to the Unice Hair, which was a tighter body wave. So I had to double the weft at the top because since it was a looser wave, it seemed thinner, and I didn't want the top of my head to be too thin. So when I was at the very top on the unit, I doubled the tracks for two rows. I doubled the tracks. And then after that, I started single wefting all the way until I got done with the unit. So yes, she looking good, hunty. So this is more detail of me showing you. You don't want to go on an angle. You are now going to start closing that U up. And to close it, you're going to lay straight just like that. Yes, lay straight, and do not do that flip over method. Start cutting your tracks. You flip it over, it's going to be too bulky. It's going to look like you got a toupee on your head, and we don't want to look crazy. We want to slay. Not crazy, slay. Unless you're just trying to slay crazy, baby. But nah, like don't flip over, and don't double track at the top. Single weft it and get that. You want to have it laid down like you ain't got nothing on your head. You want to look like you ain't wearing a wig. You don't want to look like you wearing a hat, okay? Because that's basically what these are, these little permanent sexy slayed hats, okay? So I am now closing this up, and it might look crooked. I think that's the way that I had the camera angled, but it's really not at all. So it's just how I had the camera angled. So again, I'm still going straight. Boom, gonna go straight again. Yes, I see right here, I doubled. Oh no, I didn't. Not right here. Nah, I lied. So that wasn't the part I doubled. I guess I ain't showed the part where I doubled it, but you know, whatever. Listen to what I'm showing you. We almost at the top, y'all. We basically done with the unit. That little space right there, when you put the weft there, you want to connect that weft to the frontal. So you're going to sew it to the back of the frontal, and that's going to pull it, like, that's going to pull the frontal and that weft together to just make it seamless. So when you pull the hair back on the frontal, you won't have like this weird little space. I've done that before where I didn't connect it to, when I first started making wigs, I didn't connect it to the top, and it just looked weird. But we're basically done with this unit, and now that we are done with the unit, you already know what comes next. It's time to apply it. We're going to slay this. We're going to apply it. We're going to lay it down. We're going to show you some baby hairs. We're going to show you all of that. We're going to see all of that in part 4. So once you're done with this, wrap this up. You know, play, rewind, pause, do what you got to do. I'm going to go get ready and see you in part 4. And meet me over there. Okay? Later.